Hi there, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCrafts.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I work in Scotland. So I had a craft session with a friend this morning and we did this technique. We did quite a lot of other sponging as well, but we did this technique. It's known as Northern Lights. It's been around in the crafting world for a long time, long before I started, long before I knew anything about Stampin' Up. I've done this with other products, but today I'm going to show you. I honestly actually believed that I had already done a video showing this, but I haven't. And as I say, I don't know where it originated from, but it's around and about, and if you look on YouTube or Pinterest you'll see plenty other people do it, but I thought that some of the people who follow me might like to see me do it. So it's actually quite an easy technique. I like it, just gives you a nice effect. Just, do you know, it could be, as I say, it's known as the Northern Lights, although I've got quite a lot of colours in that one. This time I'm just going to use some greens and yellows in the background and maybe be a bit more realistic. It might be a bit more like the Northern Lights, I don't know. The thing is, with this technique, or these sort of techniques with sponging, you're going to get a different result every time. So I am saying goodbye to Lovely as a Tree, and of course I forgot to put it out. I was tidying up, and who knows where the stamp set is then. Very good, Janice. Very good, very good. Does anybody know where it is? I found it. What am I like? Okay, this is one of my all-time favourite stamp sets that Stampin' Up have done. They've done it for a lot longer than I've known Stampin' Up. I believe it's been with them right from the start, but I might be wrong, but it's certainly been something I've been aware of for years and years before I really realised it was a Stampin' Up set. So of course when I did join Stampin' Up, this had to be one of the first things that were in my first order after I had signed up. So I absolutely adore it. Absolutely adore it. There is a simple stamping project out there on social media this week as well. If you look around, you'll see that. This is me just saying goodbye to it because it is retiring. But really I won't say bye-bye to it. I will be keeping a hold of this. This is just a great set for lots of things. And this tree is just a great tree for Christmas. Although I have to say, Stampin' Up have brought out two other tree sets which are carrying over into the new catalogue, and they're amazing, and that is Rooted in Nature and Winter Trees. They are amazing sets as well. So I guess, you know, they felt that this one has probably had its time, but it's going to stay in my craft room for a while yet. I'm not ready to part with it yet, but I probably won't demonstrate it after the end of May, but there will be some more. And now I'm rambling, so I'm going to be quiet. Now, I haven't changed the blade on my trimmer yet, and sometimes it's cutting a wee bit ragged, so I've just cut these bits. Now, if you watched my embossing, my sponging and embossing video from last week or the week before, where I heat embossed with the Dandelion Wishes set. I did one set in Mango Melody and another set in Gorgeous Grape, and I was kind of saying that some of my edges were a bit raggy, but I usually use an emery board to tidy up, but I couldn't find one. And then one of the lovely ladies has commented, Denise Whitehurst, thank you so much for this tip. So if you see, I don't know how closely you can see, if I try and bring you in a bit. The problem is I'll bring you in and then I'll forget to put you back up and I'll start doing it. Never mind. So she suggested to me one of these glue erasers, adhesive eraser. Stampin' Up used to carry them, but they don't anymore. But you know, you'll get them off any kind of arty website, or you know, one of these websites that you can buy anything and everything from. You just have a look for glue eraser, you'll get these ones. Anyway, so Denise said, and you'll see her comment below that video, which is very helpful, so I've decided to share it with you, to rub the edge of the card with the eraser, and how right she was. Look, all the wee furry bits have gone. So thank you so much for that, Denise. See, it just shows you can learn something new every day. Nice and smooth again. So I'll not need to change that blade for a while now, because, and I'll just do the same here. There's always something we can learn, always something to learn from each other. And I really appreciate all your comments on the video. I really do appreciate, and for those of you who did comment on the last few videos, I'm going to sit down with a cup of coffee in a wee while and respond to you all. Okay, so thanks Denise for that. So we've got two black blank cards here. I will be using just one, but I always cut two at the same time, and I've cut 2 layers of Whisper White here. So I've got one that is 14.4 centimetres by 10.1. Well, I've got 2, but I will do another card later. And then the top layer for sponging and stamping on is 14 centimetres by 9.7 centimetres. You will be able to convert that to inches. You can get an app on your phone or on Google. You can convert all that. Right, so just using Denise's hot technique. Appreciate it. Right, so nice and smooth on all the edges. That's the same size one. So pop that one out of the way. So this is the one we're using. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to open the 3 inks. I've chosen Pineapple Punch. I've no idea if this will work or not, but I'm going for it anyway. Pineapple Punch, Granny Apple Green, and Call Me Clover. Some really quite vibranty, cold colours really, aren't they? So, and I take sponges and I chop them up. And I did say in the video, and I did have a comment from someone, and I thought better qualify what I said. I chop my sponges up. I do use Stampin Up sponges. They're great. They come like a round of cheese, and I just chop them up into wedges for this. And I also have a lot of old kitchen sponges that I chop up, and I was telling you that I put them through the washing machine, and one lady said she could visualise my washing line with all these little bits of sponges hanging on it, which was really made me laugh. However, I did mean to qualify and tell you that I put all the bit of sponges in one of these wee net bags, you know, the kind that you can zip so that you can put little bits and pieces through your washing machine. And then sometimes I just bung it through the tumble dryer as well afterwards, or I'll spread them out somewhere in a breeze so that they can dry out properly. So some of these look a wee bit stained, but it doesn't matter. So anyway, do you know, I came on here to craft, not to blether. But some of you say you like my blethers, so that's okay. In that card, I did lots of streaks that way. This time I'm just going to be a bit more random about putting the colour. Again, just swirling it around with no real great care. I'm putting some Granny Apple Green on here. Just splodging it around, just getting some colour in. What one's that one? Oh no, that one belongs there. And then the stronger colour, green. Just filling in the gaps really, and then we'll go. I'm not really worrying about blending it or anything like that. I'm just basically adding colour. Again, sometimes you think you need some kind of special talent, and to be honest, there are people out there who want you to think that you need a special talent to do some of these techniques, but honestly you don't. I've got no special talent. I'm just not scared. I just get in there and do it. Because at the end of the day, it's just a bit of paper. If it doesn't work, well, do you know, it doesn't matter, does it? Putting a bit more of the yellow in. And then more streaks of this granny apple green. I've never, although I live in Scotland, I've never actually managed to see the Northern Lights, and it is an ambition of mine. I'd like to really, I think maybe go up to the islands or somewhere where it's more likely to happen. And I'm just going to add a bit more of the right, I think that'll do. That's fine for my base colour. So I'm going to close them up. And again, these sponges, well, they'll just get popped in the bag, and then when I've got enough dirty sponges. Sorry, another wee jump in the film, but I'm back again. I went and answered the phone to my daughter. She phoned me earlier today, but decided she needed to call me back, so I stopped to do that, because she's busy with children later in the evening. So anyway, here we go. So the next stage of this is to introduce a very dark colour. I'm bringing in Night of Navy now. So and I'm going to sponge all the way around the edge of this. I'm a bit late in the day filming this, and of course that's when interruptions start. Husband's home from work now, so if you hear noises in the background, he's sorting tea. So I thought I'll just get on and finish this video off so that I can maybe sit down and chat to him later, and I can upload it while I'm having a wee chat. I would like this actually to go out tonight. Usually I have a few things scheduled, but I'm a wee bit behind the times this week. But do you know what? We'll get there. So I'm adding in the Night of Navy again with the sponge. I want actually to get it quite dark at the edges, and then maybe just coming in a bit to the middle. It just takes a bit of adding it on. Do bear in mind, you can add it, you can't take it away. So, do you know, adding it slowly is quite good, and obviously you can take much more time. It's quite therapeutic when you're doing it. It's maybe a bit boring when you're watching it. We're just going to use the same sort of composition with my lovely as a tree, the row of bare winter trees, and I'm trying to kind of, as I say, we're kind of using the Northern Lights idea here. And I'm bringing in more and more of the blue. Like my Night of Navy is actually needing re-inked. One or two of my pads are, so, but actually because this is the old style pad, I'm just going to I've been slowly replacing my old style pads with the new ones. So I'll do that, and then I'll stock up on re-inkers. Don't know about your budget, but I can only do one thing at a time. So you want in the colour darker to the edge, and then you can swirl your sponge in a bit. But this is one of these techniques you'll get a different result every single time, and it just evolves really. So you see now the stormy sky. a very stormy sky with some bright in the middle there. So I'm going to just leave it at that. Obviously you can build up more and more colour. I'm just doing this really to demonstrate what I do here. Of course you do know I'm getting covered in ink, but that's the way I like it. Now I've got Memento. Again, I think this probably needs re-inked as well. And I do have the re-inker for that, and I will do that. I've got 2 Memento pads because I use it a lot, but I think we're now at the stage where they both need re-inked. I'm going to get the other one out to see if it's any juicier. Because I was doing this with Caroline this morning. Yeah, I think we've maybe got a wee bit more here. Yeah, here we go. We were working these quite a bit. But I'm not going quite as far with my black. I'm keeping the darker bit. I know I have shown these cards, but I haven't made a tutorial. I maybe blogged them, but I haven't made a tutorial. But loads of other people have. But I just thought I would give you my version of the Northern Lights or stormy sky or whatever. Just building up the black around the edge, so it's really quite dark out at the edges. Now obviously you can work on that as much as you want to. Just doing a wee, just dabbing the sponge. There's not so much ink on it, just to increase the storminess here. Okay, so lids on the Memento, but I'm going to leave them out. I'm going to re-ink them both tonight. I've just about got enough. Look at the state of me. I love it. Now you could, might be a good idea if you're doing this yourself. I would add a bit more black actually if you're doing this yourself. But to save boring you to death, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to get my Stamparatus, which was here a minute ago. Here it is. No, it's not. It's not in its bag. Where did I put it? I had it right here. It is. I laid it out because I knew I was going to use it. So I'm just using one plate in my Stamparatus. Don't need this because I'm using spongy. But because my black ink is getting a bit dry, I don't particularly want to use it right away after re-inking it. I thought the Stamparatus is ideal for this because I can go over it again if it doesn't do what I want it to do. So I want to put my trees here with a bit of the Northern Lights sticking. I obviously can do this with, and probably will with the other card, is do it with the winter trees. I'll have a go with the winter trees on this effect. I'll do that soon. Got it onto my Stamparatus, then I'm going to take, which was the juiciest one, I don't even know now, because I mixed them up. Maybe I should do how not to rather than how to do videos. How not to make a card. Right, anyway, so I decided where it was going to go. I've inked up my stamp. I've also inked up my hand. I'm just going to take this down. Oops, everything's sliding about today. And do you know what I realised? I panned in earlier on in this film and then didn't pan back out again, did it? Oh, I did. You're okay. See what I mean? Didn't have enough ink on it, but so because I've used Stamparatus, that is no big deal. No big deal whatsoever. Twist and tap and then bring it over again Just put a bit more pressure on. If it doesn't work this time, I'll use the other ink pad, because I think it's just because my ink pad is so dry. There you go though, there's nothing wrong with that. How beautiful is that? Take that off there for cleaning. I'm going to take the black again and just go round it again, around the outside. I'm just not feeling it's dark enough at the edge, that's a bit better. But again, do you know, it's just like, build it up. I'll be getting the black shoe polish out next. Whacking it up. You know what will happen, I'll get my pads re-inked, and then I'll do the next one. It'll end up being absolutely covered in black. There, that's a bit darker, I think. That looks better. So that's that bit. So I really am sad that they've decided to take Lovely as a Tree away. I do understand, but I'm still a bit saddened by it. So it's one of my favourite sets, and I want to say goodbye to it. So if you want this set, buy it now before the 31st of May. Otherwise you're going to struggle to get it, and a few people will sell it, but they'll sell it second hand on eBay or somewhere like that, and they'll sell it for silly prices. So if you do want to own it, just get it from the catalogue now before the month is out, or before they run out of them. This will become very sought after. Well, I'm just loving it though. Right, so I'm just going to take some snail for easiness. And then just carefully, you can use wet glue if you don't feel confident to do this. Just carefully see, you can line it up. It's okay, so I backed it onto a white to give it a white border, and then I'm popping it onto the black card again. I'm not putting a sentiment on this. I'll put a sentiment on it when I need a sentiment, then I know what it's for. Probably this be an ideal card for somebody who's dealing with the storms of life. Or even just to use it as a notelet. So there you go. Same technique, same stamp set, slightly different finish. What do you think? I love them. I love them both. Maybe I'm just easy pleased. So it just kind of, you know, there's light at the end of the tunnel. You can see through the storm, or you can enjoy the lights that you see. Then this makes me think of the Northern Lights, which I've never seen. So one day I will get to take a photograph of the Northern Lights. I will do that one day, and then I'll know whether this picture really is like the Northern Lights or not. What a blether I am. Well, let me know if you're okay with all my blethers, or if you wish I would shut up and just do my craft. Be nice, be nice. Anyway, please subscribe, please share my videos if you think someone else might enjoy them or might learn something from them. If you don't want to listen to my blethers, you can always put it on silent and just watch the process. But anyway, thank you for sticking with it. And as I say, please comment. I enjoy interacting with you all, and happy for you to join me on my social media. All the links are, see, see down below the video, there's a wee arrow button. If you push that, it opens up the description box, and I've got links to everything there, my social media, my email address, etc. And I'm happy to talk to anyone about what we do here and your opinions of it. Quite happy to take on board even some constructive criticism. Anyway, thanks so much for being here. Take care. Bye bye.